I'm Burton Klein here at CCP TV, the wonderful educational channel of the great Community College of Philadelphia. Good day. Today's subject, ladies and gentlemen, the heart of country. Country music. And I'm going to talk about a lot of facets of country music. Geographically, talent-wise. Bear with me, please. I'm going to read you some states that are prominent country music-wise. Some of the states might surprise you. Yes, they will. Bear with me, please. Country music in Pennsylvania? Yes, indeed. The Reading area of Pennsylvania. And Taylor Swift, while she doesn't do country music per se, and Dusty Drake. You know these people. Sure you do. Mississippi. Elvis Presley, Charlie Pride, Faith Hill, Arkansas, Joe Nichols, Tracy Lawrence. Missouri, Sarah Evans and Trent Tomlinson. West Virginia, John Denver, Jimmy Dickens, Brad Paisley. Georgia, Jason Aldean, Luke Byron. I see you shaking your head yes, back home. You remember these names. Kentucky, Loretta Lynn, Patty Loveless, Dwight Yoakam. Oklahoma, Garth Brooks, Vince Gill, Reba McEntire. Tennessee, Dolly Parton, and we'll talk about her shortly. Texas, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, George Strait, Bob Wills. The heart of country. So when I say the heart of country, it need not be the center of the country, because I stated states like West Virginia and Pennsylvania, did I not? But country music. Now, I am not talking Branson. I am not talking Myrtle Beach. But I'm basically talking about today, basically, Tennessee, which is one of the aforementioned states. Folks, my bride and I have been to Nashville, Tennessee. And in Nashville, Tennessee, it's so magnificent for so many reasons, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But before I tell you why, where did country music get its origin? This might surprise you. Well, if you're smart and have read more than I ever have, you will know this already. Country music got its start from the first European settlers to our country. It was storytelling type of music, storytelling about hardships in their music. It was a fiddle and a banjo, and fiddles and banjos were easy to make if they didn't have the money to buy them. But aren't the country music outfits marvelous? You watch the country music on television, or you've been to Nashville, and I'm going to talk about that Nashville momentarily. Aren't their outfits just marvelous? They sure are. And you can go to a store and get a country music type outfit. Make sure you have the bandana. And men, you have that hat a certain way, the Western hat. And you have the breeches a certain way. The outfits of country music stars. If one watches the Country Music Awards on television, it's so kindly, it's so nice. At an earlier lecture, you might have seen, I hope you did, I mentioned the way things used to be. The Country Music Awards, you don't see things with certain innuendos that you wouldn't want children to see. It's nice, the way things used to be. Now, I told you I was going to talk about Nashville, didn't I? I didn't lie to you. I am going to talk about Nashville right now, this very moment. Kiplinger, Kiplinger. Pick it up on the computer. Go to the library and find out about Kiplinger. It says that Nashville tops America's smart cities regarding affordability, livability, economic vitality, public education, cultural activities, and safety. Nashville, a vibrant city. It's marvelous. We've been to Nashville, my wife and I. Our last trip there was year 2003. And in 2003, we went to a hotel, gosh almighty. All hotels are great because it means you've gotten away. But the Gaylord Opryland Hotel, OPRYLAND in Nashville. You go to the lower part of the hotel and there's like rivers going through it and restaurants, all country western, everything in the hotel in this marvelous city of Nashville. And not far from that hotel is the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. And sometimes there are country western stars there when you go. They usually have someone there or a couple of people there. They do a gig there. And you're able to go and sing with them. Now, I started to sing with one of them. They wanted to kick me out. People started to run out of this Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum because this idiot was singing. But seriously, you can sing with country western stars. In the center of Nashville, there's a place called GRUHN', Gruhn's. Now, I want you to buy your guitars and musical instruments where you're used to buying them here in this area, not far from the great Community College of Philadelphia. But if you go to Nashville, you go to GRUHN', Gruhn's, because they have the most famous worldwide guitars that one can find. Absolutely marvelous. In Nashville, by the way, is Vanderbilt University. Now, Vanderbilt University is a Tier 1 school. What's a Tier 1 school? Well, when one leaves the Tier 1 Community College of Philadelphia, one is able, because you've graduated from this fine school, get into a Tier 1 school. In Nashville, it's Vanderbilt University. Vanderbilt University is like a Harvard or Dartmouth or Penn or Brown or Cornell and many other Tier 1 schools. I don't by no means mention all of them. You have the University of Memphis close by. You have the University of Tennessee, Knoxville close by, also fine schools. And now, get ready. There's a place in Nashville. Can I say this on television? Oh my goodness, I hope you don't cut me off. There's a place called the Wild Horse Saloon. Now, I wouldn't drink anything, you know that. First of all, I'm not old enough to have a drink. No one would serve me. But the Wild Horse Saloon, it's not wild and danger in any way. It is something to see in downtown Nashville, even if you do not have anything like this. The Wild Horse Saloon. And then you have the Smokies. The Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It's the border of North Carolina and Tennessee, really in the heart of country. The Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Then you've heard of this. I'm telling you things you already knew. Don't turn it off, though. I always say that, don't I? Yes, I do. You have Dollywood, named after Dolly Parton, in Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge is 214 miles from Nashville. The Pigeon Forge Amusement Park, and Dolly Parton opened it, had it built, and absolutely magnificent. And it doesn't only feature the music of the wonderful Dolly Parton, it features all country western stars. Yes, it does. Downtown Nashville. Fantasy on Ice. Now, some of you might ice skate. You might do it in our wonderful city of Philadelphia or environs. But the Fantasy on Ice in downtown Nashville, country western is its theme. You are ice skating, if you're brave enough to do that. I can't do it. I can barely walk. But country western people are skating around in country western outfits. And just like at some places they have country western stars when you go into that place, I mentioned before, they have country western stars at Fantasy on Ice in downtown Nashville. Chattanooga, Tennessee. The first hillbilly radio station. I don't know how that word hillbilly came to be. Hillbilly sounds like it's some bad term. It isn't, is it not? It deals with country western. The wonderful, kind country western people. Now I'm going to mention some other people to you, some famous country western people. I might have mentioned some of their names before. I'm going to read them. Would you bear with me as I read them, please? I mentioned Dolly Parton and her most famous song, I Will Always Love You, and another one, Jolene. Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. Ladies, stand by your man now. My wife stands by me. Chet Atkins, don't have any of his songs listed. Jimmy Dean, Big Bad John. By this time you're saying Big Bad Bird, I realize, but Big Bad John. Crystal Gale, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. You can almost hear that melody, can't you? I'm not going to sing it. I don't want you to, you know what, by my singing voice. Marie Osmond, country western famous people. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. Johnny Cash, I Walked the Line. Of course, each of these stars had many more hits, did they not? Sure they did. Merle Haggard, Mama Tried. Jimmy Rogers, Blue Yodel. Hank Williams, Your Cheatin' Heart, and Hey, Good Lookin'. Marvelous songs. Willie Nelson, I will say this one, On the Road Again, perhaps his most famous song. And Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain from Willie Nelson. Loretta Lynn, Coal Miner's Daughter. Waylon Jennings, Luckenbach, Texas. Buck Owens, Love's Gonna Live Here, and I hope that your love lives here at Community College CCP TV every day of the week, more than once. Glenn Campbell, Galveston. Patsy Cline, Crazy. Now, how come when I said that, you were thinking of me? It's Patsy Cline who sang the song Crazy. Has nothing to do with the crazy person speaking to you today. Tanya Tucker, Delta Dawn. Randy Travis, Forever and Ever and Amen. Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. And Jimmy Rogers, In the Jailhouse Now. If you go to the heart of country, even if you go to the aforementioned Reading, Pennsylvania, you'll find the country western people have this kindness about them that I mentioned earlier. They are caring. They are down to earth. They are not taken with themselves. Country western music brought over by the first settlers to come into the United States of America. And I did see you shaking your head, realizing you remember some of these songs. Excuse me for singing that one song. I hope you didn't turn it off at that time. But country western music, the heart of country. If you can travel to the upstate Pennsylvania, or if you can travel to one of the other states that I mentioned, please go. It's absolutely marvelous. And you'll meet the type of people that are just like you, kind, in watching the Community College of Philadelphia channel. Once more, I am Burton Klein, here at CCP TV, the educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.